Good morning, everybody. We are at day 15 of the Anti-Bits Challenge, almost completely at the halfway point. Reminder, we're taking the time to do something every single day and seeing how much progress you can make. It's going to be a yoga flow, uploaded, created, and recorded. And then also 20 minutes of Latin for me. I encourage everyone to pick one physical or one spiritual or mental challenge that they can do. Because if you can't do something for the allotted amount of time that you say, you're simply not in control of your mind. That's the reality. All timing is divine timing. When you decide that you're going to be the person to make it happen, things will then fall into place accordingly. Reflecting on the importance of time, checking our efforts, checking our intentions, and most importantly, checking our expectations when it comes to other people. Take the time to go throughout your day and focus on the person that you can change, which is only yourself. It's always only being yourself. And everyone else is a mirror of what it is that you decide to project. Thankfully today, we have a good bit of extra time to really dig deep into the flow. It's probably closer to half an hour. The last couple of videos have been closer to 15 to 20 minutes. Extra time allows us for us to get deeper into the poses, deeper into our breath, deeper into the shapes. Pay attention to intention and deepness. With a strong upper body, strong chest, ground from your hips. Bring your shoulders up to the back and down. Inhale to the diaphragm. And exhale it out as we begin our practice today. Settling into the mat, observing the breath, strong witness. Couple more big breaths in. Another big breath in. Inhale through the nose and exhaling through the nose. We will meet in tabletop position. Hands are shoulder width distance apart, knees are hip width distance apart. For a neutral spine. In tabletop position, we will inhale with broad collarbones, our eyes and head up for cow pose, breathing in from the lower part of the abdomen. Inhaling and exhaling for cat. Bringing our hips and rounding our upper part of our back. Bringing our hips closer towards our elbows on the exhale. And on the inhale, looking up. Taking the turtle head out of the shell. Relaxing the shoulders down. And exhaling. Keeping that balance and keeping that integrity in the shape. Foundationally, it is important to have your toe tops, your toes pushing into the mat, into the earth, your hands pushing into the earth as well. Let's do this 3 more times, allowing the breath to lead, inhaling, beginning the motion of cow pose, exhaling, cat, inhaling for cow, follow along with your breath. Bringing our hips towards our ankles for child's pose. Arms are extended straight out in front of us. Head to the mat. Breathing from the middle part of our spine. Beginning to work and wake up our body. Body's just beginning to get warmed up. We will take one more inhale in. Exhale back to tabletop position. Neutral spine. Planting our feet and hands and pulling from an imaginary strength with our hips for downward facing dog. Head is heavy. Walk your dog, pedal out your feet. Weight goes into the index fingers and the thumbs to help work sure straightening the arms out, fighting for the internal rotation of our elbow creases. Downward facing dog. Inhaling in, exhaling to topical plank. Inhaling to topical plank, exhaling, lowering down. Chaturanga, hands are by our rib cage, and we're inhaling up for cobra. Exhaling and release. We will inhale up for cobra again. Exhaling and release. Inhaling up for cobra. Lifting up our left leg. Releasing both on an exhale. Inhaling in for baby cobra again. The right leg follows. Exhale down. Ground your toes into the mat. Inhale up into plank pose. Exhale for downward facing dog. We're going to begin to get a little bit more active now. We will lift our right leg up into the air, step it through for runner's lunge. Twist the back foot down, 45 degrees. Coming into warrior two. Warrior two. Important parts here to keep the back glute engaged. To do that, you dig. You grip the earth with the blade side of your foot right here, really pressing into the mat. Your right knee is down. Knees over the toes. You should be able to see your toes. Arms up. Relaxing the shoulders down. Looking over our index finger and our middle finger. Keeping that engagement from the strongness of our feet and our hips. One hip is energetically moving forward. The back hip and the front hip is energetically moving back. Keeping that engagement. Your thighs are like magnets here. Cartwheel the hands down. Inhale. Exhale, the foot back. Inhale, lowering down to cobra. Chaturanga and cobra. Exhaling down chaturanga and cobra. Pardon me while I get the breath synchronizing the movements. Inhaling up for cobra pose, or baby cobra, upward facing dog. Exhaling for downward facing dog. Lifting our left leg up into the air on the inhale. Exhale, step it through. Rotating the back foot down to be parallel with the back side of the mat. Stepping up for warrior two. Again, pushing from the blade edge of the foot, engaging the glute. Energy is moving forward to the back hip. And our bent knee, the energy is moving backwards. Adding our hands to the strong foundation. Relaxing the shoulders. Looking over the front part of our fingertips. Engaging. The thighs are energetically coming together. Breathe and release the tension. Start rolling the hands down. exhale. Exhale our leg back. Holding in plank for inhale and exhale. Exhale, lower down, pushing our elbows back. Hands above the rib cage. Inhaling in for baby cobra pose. Exhale and release. We are inhaling into cobra pose again, lifting our left leg, bending our left leg with us. Exhale, release. Same for the other side. Inhaling in for baby cobra, bringing our right leg up with us. Making sure to not do too much. Exhale, release. Pushing our way back up into the top of a plank with an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pull out the feet, feel the difference as your body's beginning to get warmed up. Look up between the mat, your hands and feet where your hands are. Walk your feet up to the top of the mat. You're inhaling halfway lift, pushing back from the hips. Exhaling forward fold. Inhale, look up. Reverse swan dives, bring your hands to prayer position. Surya Namaskar B is up next. To begin, we inhale into chair pose, bringing our feet together if this is accessible to you. Inhale into chair pose. Weight is in your heels. Hips are back. Chest not to be confused with vertical or straight. Inhale. Exhale, release the forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank, chaturanga. Exhale, lowering down. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg up into the air, stepping it through. Back foot, twist down 45 degrees. We are inhaling our arms up into warrior one. The back foot is still planted down, as in the blade of the foot to get that glute activation. Making sure that you are at 45 degrees to protect your ankle, protect your knees as well. Inhaling the arms up straight into the air. Not to the side as we did with warrior one, up straight into the air. Hips are neutral. We're working for a neutral pelvis. One of the analogies that's commonly used is headlights or handlebars on a bike. Always looking towards straight. Back hip energetically moving forward. Front hip energetically moving back. Thighs are like magnets rotating from the inner parts of your hips to keep that engagement. Again, not doing too much. Remember to breathe. Sink deeper to that lunge. Inhale the arms together down into the mat. Exhale, plank. Inhale to plank, excuse me. Exhale, coming down for chaturanga. Inhale for baby cobra. Exhale for downward facing dog. Step the feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale for chair pose. Be here for a couple breaths. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, releasing the hands down to the mat. Inhaling, stepping back into plank pose. Exhaling, lowering down, chaturanga cobra. Flow through as you need to. Inhale to plank, exhale downward facing dog. Left leg goes up into the air this time. Swing it through, rotating the back foot down 45 degrees. Pushing from the blade edge of our back foot. Hips are energetically aligned. As in, one side is creating energy by pushing forward, the back hip, the front hip is creating energy by moving back. If your arms are troubling you, you can bring them out to the side, inhale them up. We're working towards that engagement, working the hips towards neutral. On every exhale, see if you can lower straight down. and deep into the lunge. And as your warrior gets stronger, the heat begins to build. Work your arms a little bit straighter, relax the shoulders more, keeping a fixed gaze. Inhale, exhale, our arms release. Exhaling our foot back, exhaling down. Inhale, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. As we practice the limberness in our body, will begin to follow, if that is a real word. Take a turtle head out of the shell, fight those sensations. Let's come back to our breath as we inhale up to plank and exhale in downward facing dog. One more breath, one more round of breath. Look up to where your hands are, walk, jump, or float to the top of the mat. Inhaling halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for chair pose. Exhale, Tadasana mountain pose. Take a second to feel the heat that has just been created. And allow our body and our spines to keep maneuvering and be thankful for what we're able to do. Inhaling our arms up into the air. Step the left leg back for a lunge. We are going to now bring our left elbow to the outside of our right knee for a twisting pose. You can drop the left knee. This is too much. You want more activation, keep it lifted. The keys here, allow that back tricep of the left arm, the left tricep to be glued to the right, to the outside of the right knee. Strong engagement in the back foot. Foundation is the key component here. Inhaling and breathing, finding ease into the pose. Shape is good, it means your body is working. Inhale, plant the palms on the inside of your feet. Step back to plank pose. On an exhale, on an inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale for chaturanga, or for cobra, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. And exhale for downward facing dog. Stepping our left foot up into the air, swinging it through. Twisting, rotating our back foot down to all the way to the blade side for warrior 2 feet. Inhaling our arms up, straightening the front leg with straight arms, reaching until you can't anymore. Wherever the hand may fall, you might have to bring in the back foot to take a shorter stance to allow for the oblique stretch to begin here. The hand can touch the beginning palm of the mat. The parts here that we want to pay attention to is that we are rotating and breathing from our rib cage, the inner part of our rib cage, our side body. Modifications here. You can bring your arm over top. You can lift your other arm if you want more engagement. Today, we will stay right here. Keeping the integrity of a strong, tall, long torso and the engaged back portion of our body. It is important to make sure that your hip is aligned with that your heel is aligned with your back leg, and that your shoulders are aligned over top of each other. Breathing in and releasing, breathing in and releasing all tension. Exhale the hand down. Both of your hands are on the inside of your left foot. Step the left foot back to plank pose. Exhaling, lowering down. Chaturanga, inhaling for baby cobra or outward facing dog. Exhaling, pushing up through plank and downward facing dog. Look up. Make your way to the top of the mat. And forward fold on the exhale. Releasing that tension, bending your knees if necessary. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold again, look up. Reverse swan dive. Bring your hands to prayer. We will now do the other side. Stepping the right leg back for a high lunge. Arms are up into the air on the inhale. Exhaling, the right tricep goes outside of the left knee. Twisting for a twisting lunge. Working to keep our back leg engaged. The option is available to always drop the knee. We are breathing from the hips and the rib cage as we work within our twist, not against it. You might fall, which is okay. You might have a side that's weaker than the other or stronger than the other. It's all about exploration of your body. Okay? Exhaling our hands down, the inside of our left foot, stepping our left leg back for plank pose. Exhaling, releasing all the way down. Hands by the rib cage, inhale for baby cobra. Exhaling for plank and downward facing dog. We're now going to lift our right leg up into the air, step it through for runner's lunge, rotating our back heel down for warrior 2 feet. As we're going into warrior 2, straightening the front leg, and we are taking the same pose onto the other side. Reach until you can't anymore, and let the hand fall where it will. Making sure to not do too much. The hip could fall on the shin, the ankle, but the key component is you might need to step your back foot in for more engagement, or be able to allow the breath to take the shape of the pose as intended. And stacking up the shoulders on top of each other and breathing from the torso. You do not want your top hand to be too close down or too far back. You're breathing from the inner parts of your ribs, the side body. Again, if you want more, you're welcome to engage by doing that. Bringing your bottom arm up and your top leg up as if you were holding a ball of energy. Breathe and release the tension. 2 more breaths. We'll work our way up this time. Then exhale, our hands down to the inside of the right foot. Step the right foot back. Exhale, lowering down for chaturanga, pushing our elbows back straight, not allowing them to flare up. Inhaling up for cobra. Exhale into plank. We will stay here for inhale. Exhale for downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg up into the air, stepping it to the outside of our right foot, dropping our back knee for lizard lunge. Bringing our elbows to the mat. Well, to begin, this can be enough for you. Untucking your feet into lizard lunge. If you want more engagement, lift from the back foot. Keeping the hips engaged. Find a nice gentle place. Your right foot that is on the outside of your right hand, you might want to see if you can place the weight on the blade edge of your right foot, getting a deeper sense of stretch. I personally enjoy to keep my foot grounded. Let's inhale and release the tension. Exhale to return the foot back to where it came from. We will now inhale in and exhaling the left foot on the outside of the left hand. Again, if this is too much of a stretch, keeping the engagement here. Keeping the knee down. Inhaling in. Again, you might want to see if you can place what happens if you put the blade of your left foot onto the mat. Open it up a little bit more, it might be a different sensation. Key components here, if your back leg is lifted, is to engage the thighs. Inhaling in, exhaling, releasing. Inhaling in for plank, exhaling, releasing down. Inhaling up for cobra pose. Exhale, release. We're going to begin to slow down our practice. Flipping over like a pancake to the back side of our mat, considering what we just went after. Doesn't take long to get a good sense of engagement with the body. Let's lay flat on our mats. Inhaling our knees, our ankles up to our buttocks. We're going to rotate both of our knees down towards the right side. Being here for 2 rounds of breath, inhaling and exhaling. Begin to settle into your body after all the stretching that we just did. Inhaling up to neutral. Exhaling to the other side, the left side for me. Built up a lot of heat. When done correctly, the practice can really inform you about what there is to work on in the day. Inhale, exhale, inhale up to neutral. Hugging both of our knees into our chest. Keeping our pelvis engaged slightly. You might feel some tightness in the hips. If you have shorter, more aggravated or inflamed hip flexors, breathe into the sensations. Have the neural pattern of mind in the body to let you know that it is okay to be here. Neural tension is a fascinating concept. Your body is physically okay, but your brain is trying to protect you. It's all our thoughts are attempting to do. But what is it trying to protect us from? Harmony built on discontent is not always true harmony. Find the truth in your body. Inhaling in. Exhaling and releasing. Inhaling in. Exhaling and releasing the tension. One last round of breath. Inhale. Bringing the ankles back, bent down, flat on the mat. Taking a second to notice the difference in your body. Inhaling the left leg straight, inhaling the right knee into the chest. Staying grounded from my shoulder, our right shoulder joint. We'll rotate to the left side, with the right knee is dropping towards the left side of our body. As your body and hips begin to open up, Feel free to extend the full front twisting leg. Inhaling, coming up to neutral, hugging the bent knee into the chest again. Extending it straight. Inhaling the left knee into the chest. Exhaling, releasing towards the neck. Staying grounded from the shoulders. Allowing gravity to do its thing. You can use your hand as a guide, but I encourage you to not necessarily push with undue force if it's going to cause your shoulder to lift up. Remain grounded from the sit bones, and the rest of your body over time will begin to find more space. I have to turn off the alarm. Let's bring our knees into our chest. On an inhale, the left knee back into the chest. Inhaling, exhaling, and inhaling both of our knees into our chest again. Exhaling, you're now entering your final resting pose, Shavasana. Relax the entire body. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Let's begin to arrive as the observer. As the observer, our intentions, our efforts, our sense of timing and expectations, all of those release to a place beyond space and time. Begin to come into your body. Small movements. rotate to a side. Taking one last second to seal your practice. As we begin to come back into our sense of self. We'll meet in a seated position. Thank you for taking the time to practice today. August 14th, 25. Say not to put dates on here. It's always nice to have a little bit of a capsule, a reminder. So as we go throughout the day, allow the practice to have taught you some things. Allow yourself to continue to want to be taught, to be a student of your life, to be a student of your intuition, to be truly connected into your sense of spirit and self and consciousness, however it may be, however you choose to understand it. Just find more connection. It's the nature that binds us all, our breath and our sense of living. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.